Ladies and gentlemen, let's get some hype in the house here. Check, where are you? It's time for some energy. Hoi Force reaching peak tonight.
Yes.
Like these players will right now. Map number 2, Seemops on the Allies and College on the Axis here in North Africa. It's going to go crazy. This would be like Argentina versus France. We don't know who's going to win here.
It's going to be insane.
How
It's
do you
going to be
feel,
insane.
Habibi?
I feel amazing. This is Hoi 4 Esports at the pinnacle, the top level. People need to wake up. Get your friends in. Get the party. This is it. This is the grand finals.
This is truly it. Seemops on the Allies. We almost often talk about that. The Allies are the stronger faction on North Africa. Even though I think it was, what are the statistics? I forgot. I think I forgot the statistics. Well, they're going to change pretty soon here when this game is over.
Allies does have the advantage. It's 60% advantage for Allies. But the last two games, Axis won. I think the meta is shifting. The meta is shifting. Everyone was like, Allies got this. Allies win this one every single time. But not anymore. Not anymore. There's been some very crazy strategies we've seen so far. We've seen Axis go for the day one pair drop. We've seen Italy being able to get naval superiority.
Yes, he was playing Italy yesterday, right?
Yes. Italy worked. Italy worked. Germany has won. We haven't seen Japan. Where's Japan?
No Japan and North Africa. What is going on? Maybe Seemops has a different approach to this here, but I think he wants to make sure he wins this. It could be USA or Commonwealth. I wouldn't expect Russia. We'll see about that though. The players are
Russia. You know, actually, you know what Denkis and Leonard were saying up in the couch? They were saying the key to win on this is no longer USA. It's Russia. It's Russia on the second side. You know why?
Very interesting. But unfortunately, Leonard and Denkis don't know much about the game because they're not in the finals. That is College and Seemops who've shown the world what they're worth.
True.
And 2 minutes of intense action already here. The researches are the basic ones, pretty much the same. Also, we have agency on both players. Let me check. Yes, this is esports. Both players with the agency, they are ready to go ham here and not do any mistakes. And the pressure is on College right now. As an esports Hoi 4 personality such as you, how do you feel when you're down a game? Does it really affect you? What is going on?
Well, you know, being down a game, definitely you will feel the pressure. You will definitely feel the pressure. However, what really makes a champion is not feeling the pressure.
Yes,
Tommy.
that is true. And
you gotta not feel it.
I think both players have shown that. When Seemops lost his heavy tank yesterday, he didn't even flinch. He still won the game. College was also down a game and still won 2 in a row after that.
Yeah, I think what really separates these two players is they haven't let the pressure crumble them. You remember yesterday, Rhineland map, we saw College. He was losing really hard. He had 0 victory points. And we've seen many times when someone's down all 3 victory points, they never win. But what happened? College kept his head in the game. He got that really sick encirclement, and then boom, Leonard's entire army was gone.
What a great
His entire
game
army
that
was gone.
Yeah, and here, very basic openers. People are not taking risks anymore. Only 5 minutes on guns. Nothing crazy there going on yet. Also, Seemops is in the basic build of military factories. Both players opening up the military factory tree.
Allies starting with the transport plane. This might be the first time that we see the ally player going for transports. You can go for Mansar Mutra, then go for Malta if you are able to get air supremacy. I do think that if he does go the Soviet path, no one has gone the Third Shock Army. On this map, the Third Shock Army is really, really underrated. You get 100 armored trains from this focus.
Yeah, chat, if you don't know, it's not showing right now, but once you reach this focus, you get 100 armored trains.
And then look at this. This is minus 15 fighter production. What have we been saying this entire time about this map? What have we been saying? Air is king on this map.
Yes,
and if minus 15 air production on fighters, you surely will win the air battle if you both have the same design.
And many games have been decided by Logi Striking. Leonard, for example, couldn't handle it, and an armored train is the counter to Logi Striking. It can handle it much, much, much better. And we see first ship designs here. They're back on the Nashinron map. What is he going to try to do with these? He doesn't know exactly what to do yet. But he's thinking about something. He's thinking about something. They will have to set up mills here in a second. 2 mills are going to hit any moment now. And they need a target to find for themselves. I'll switch over back to our boy Seemops, who is up 1 game. He's feeling confident. He's feeling ready. And he's feeling the need for another beer. He tells me all the time. And already a railway. Oh, look at that. Doesn't build any industry. Already builds railways to Matru. and already also building a naval base. He's going for supply very early.
Yes, so the Axis do immediately get the railways towards Tunisia, but the Allies do not. Allies need to build up their railways to the border, basically. And what we have seen, this is actually quite funny. The AI in the center, what it likes to do is build railways. Sometimes they just randomly build railways. So if you get lucky, the AI could just sometimes build railways for you.
Let's see who has the gods on their side here today. I would like to see College to have a little bit of a favor here. We want to see the 1-1. We want to see an epic best-of-5 series. That will be really, really nice.
It would be very cool.
That is true. And other than that, they're just looking for more mills probably here. It's going to be exciting to see what builds are coming up. With passive defense also being researched on both players. Trying to catch, both on passive. No, actually, College is going for Army Department. Plus 25% Army Intelligence, trying to figure out what his enemy is doing here.
Tommy, I asked the same question to Bo Cohen yesterday, and I'll ask you the same question today. Do you think it's actually worth going for the passive defense and the interrogation techniques? I don't think I've seen a single time an operative get caught.
Yes, I fully agree. It's a waste. You waste 5 civilian factories every time you go for the passive defense research, and you get a small random chance to catch one single spy. I'd rather just have the civs building. If you get the information, I will get some of you too. I think from a meta perspective, it's not worth it taking passive defense.
Yeah, and if we go back to Seemops, he is indeed going into the improved artillery. One thing that we've seen very common on this map is the support rocket artillery does give a very good boost to your soft attack. And is that his cast design? Is that what he's going for his cast design? All bomb locks.
All bomb blocks, mad damage. He's going all over North Africa here. Going for the self. That is a plane, ladies and gentlemen.
All bomb locks, so no anti-tank gun. We've seen that very common. Even if someone doesn't have tanks, it does give good stats. But this is the first time that we see this. It does reduce your agility quite a lot.
Yeah. But do you think he's doing that for the Logi Strike? Does he think I'm going to win this with logistic strikes?
Yeah, I think that this will give you the most Logi Strike. If you just win the air 1 week with this design, it could be devastating.
That is
very,
true.
very devastating.
Look here at our guy from college. What is he up to? The spy at 26%. Looking for probably financial expert here?
Financial expert,
No.
or maybe the PP guy. It's very common.
Already on fighters. No cast yet designed.
No, he has no cast right now.
Yeah.
As of right now.
Tank.
If nothing on cast, is it possible that he's going to go Axis? Axis, as you recall, do get the 50 transport planes from supplies from the sky focus, but you do have to research paratroopers. It was actually Leonard yesterday who completely forgot that he needed to research paratroopers. So hopefully that guy from college does not do the same mistake.
As you are a player, I want to ask you something. I never really understand the research of heavy tank anti-tank 2 that we see a lot. Most of the time you just face 1, maybe 2 tanks in the entire game. Is it really worth it getting the anti-tank?
Well, Anti-Tank 2 is not really for Anti-Tank itself. It is, in fact, for Anti-Tank 2. Gives you better cast stats.
Still
so
learning.
for close air support, you get your Anti-Tank 2. You can only put 1 on your design on the 40 fighters. I believe it is 40 fighters. It's improved small airframe. But, yeah, that is the main reason why you do that. I don't believe that he will be going support anti-tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The paratrooper is being researched. The multi-para drop is going to happen. We're going to switch it over again to Seemops, seeing what he is up to. The 4 military factories on transport planes are a thing. Both players at the same time getting the paratrooper research done. He's getting the rocket artillery slowly. He's going towards it with the artillery upgrade.
Actually, on the side of college, he's not getting paratroopers. So
I was seeing Seemops there, sorry.
Yeah, all good. But yeah, I think that we're not going to see another Germany. I think that he's going to go for the naval superiority with Italy or Japan. I don't think it's going to be Japan. We haven't seen Japan a single time on this map except when I did it, but I did lose. But I believe we're going to see another That Guy from College Italy. The same strategy that he used yesterday against Leonard in his match in the semifinals.
And the exciting thing is, in the next focus, they finished all the military factories. We're going to see their picks. We're going to see what heroes are being picked here in this game number 2 in North Africa any moment now. We are away from the war. 200 days still. Half of the preparation time is ahead of us here as we switch back to college. The spies are spying, the planes are being built, and the hype is being created. Chat, are you still there?
Yes, chat.
Where's Chat? God damn, boys. Come on, we need some more hype here.
This is a live event. This is live right now. This is not pre-recorded.
Wait, it is?
Yes. But what are your predictions? What do you think college is going to go here on faction side?
I'm thinking Italy,
Italy?
because he did it yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's take a look into Italy. We're going to switch over here to you real quick. He went right side, didn't he?
No, he went left side. He went
side.
left side because you do get the 200 spawn-in fighters. They are crappy fighters, but something that I mentioned yesterday, and I will mention it today, is that you can convert fighters. It is faster than building them, and you also don't have to use aluminum. So it is a good solution that if you do lose Malta, because there is resources in Malta that you need aluminum, you can just convert, and it just uses rubber. Also, additionally, you get your 3 battleships that you were very important for naval superiority.
And the shore bombardment later.
And the shore bombardment later on. Exactly. This Italy is also the faction that has superior firepower on the side of the Axis. And as you know, in vanilla, superior firepower is king.
Superior firepower is the king. What else do we have going on the tree? Is there anything else that can help him here in the left side Italy tree? We have 5 block divisions, you could say.
Yeah.
A nice little addition.
Port garrisons, I would say.
Yeah.
You do get the 2-width infantry divisions with artillery.
Yeah.
You can just convert them to your preferred type, and it will give you, all the supplies that they do have. And then you also have the light tank division.
Tank. Yeah. That can be used for some epic micro plays.
Epic overruns. We've seen that in Season 0. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was insane when the Terror of Singapore, Discord Pixel, shout out my friend, has done the unthinkable. And then, by blood alone, a massive air bonus.
Yes.
And as you just said, this is an air map. This map is all about who gets that green air, who can then get the logistical strikes with their cast going and just utterly turn down the war effort of their enemy.
Right now, both have 15 on fighters, but because of the queue, he just upgraded his fighter. Oh, he put air designer again. An air designer again. This time he's going for the air designer.
That is good.
It's very good. The PP buy for it. That's what he was saving up his political power for. No air designer on the side of Seemops. And additionally, like I was saying, he is lacking a considerable amount of aluminum. He's lacking 11 aluminum, which is making him produce 1 less fighter a week.
Oh, already a big difference here, and I love that play. I don't know if I just haven't been paying attention enough, but I haven't seen air designers that often, or maybe at all, and that is a beautiful play. Everybody knows who knows how for air designers massively improve what kind of plane you're producing. Look at this, 10 agility, 10 speed, beautifully done. Air research speed, not so much isn't important here, but this is a great advantage that college already has over Seemops.
Yes, and this map, I will say it and I'll say it again. This map is an air map. It's all about the air. On other maps, like for example the Rhineland, you can win sometimes without trains. We've seen that in the practice room where someone with 0 trains somehow can pull out a W. We've seen sometimes on the C map where there's so many tiles that you can keep out microwing, you can keep moving around. But on this map, with the minimal amount of air tiles, you have basically 3 air tiles that you have to. If you can include the C tile, which is very important. 3 air tiles that you have to focus on. So air is king. The Logi strike can be absolutely devastating and game losing. It was yesterday that we saw Leonard. He just GG'd at the 30-minute mark when he realized he needed 27 trains. 27 trains is a lot of trains.
That is true. And benvenuto ragazzi, we have our picks here. It is indeed Italy versus USA. Probably going to see the first army here, and Seemops with the USA pick. Overwhelming firepower. Probably going for, I don't want to say it exactly yet, but he's looking for the Arsenal of Democracy bonus, which gives him the long run advantage. The late game is in his hands, especially Mr. Eisenhower. He talked to me about this. Eisenhower, even though balanced. He thinks still very, very strong since the max planning factor of +30 is giving so many stats to the US troops.
So many stats. But you know what's different this time? You know what is very different this time is that he's going for the paratroopers. This is something that we have not seen before on the side from USA. If you could also get that really strong late game bonus and you get Malta, oh man,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how an Axis can pull a win. It's right now comes down to College being able to put his air up in time to stop the paradrop. If he's able to do that, he will be able to stop that, and then it becomes the more classic games that we've seen where people go USA, where they have to slowly march to the next victory point on land, Gabez.
And that really just brings us down to what you said. It is going to be an air war. Whoever gets the Logi strikes in the best is going to have such an advantage here. And the Battle of Malta is obviously very, very interesting. Seemops now finishes overwhelming firepower, looks at his air, and he's choosing, obviously, the left side, the US 12th Army Group. Let us take a look at that real quick if we want to show the viewers what the Army Group is all about.
Well, in the US 12th Army Group, we do get an infantry production cost, infantry division attack. Of course, that also works when you are defending. It gives towed artillery, which is very nice. You don't have to build it. Well, you do still build some. And also bonus for support artillery. It does give you 100 CAS. So it was it Seemops that's also building CAS? So yeah, he's right now stopped building on CAS, probably waiting until he finishes building up to 50 transport planes, because that's what you need in order to do a successful paradrop. But yes, you do get 100 CAS just straight up. And the CAS, it's not the best plane, but with CAS, it's fine. You'll immediately have that 100 up, and you can use that for Logi striking. Then you also have the towed rocket artillery upgrade, and rocket
Very strong bonus, 300%.
Yeah, 300%. So amazing, especially since we've seen many times in this mod, we've seen many players go for that support rocket artillery group. It gives a lot for the amount of production and IC that you put in to the rocket artillery. It gives a lot of soft attack. It gives a lot of soft attack. And with these maps, you have to be so efficient with how you use your IC, your construction.
And then in the end, you Dwight D. Eisenhower and the really, really strong industry buff. Taking a look back at our Italia player, College, with a new general here, looking strong. I don't know, one of these Italian generals has the Desert Fox trait, actually.
It's actually in the army of Poe that gets the Desert Fox. You don't get the Desert Fox if you go the first army, but you do get the 200 fighters.
We just saw sonar being researched here. Someone is hunting for submarines, just finished it there. Now going for... Is it the rocket artillery? No. You can see that these players, even though they prepare so much, are still undecided about things. Right now, he's making a decision. This is not prepared by him, which is totally fine. I mean, these guys are under a lot of pressure.
I think once you get your initial research out, once you get a bunch of your initial research out, like the things that you absolutely need, it really, the things that you do take, it's not as important, Once you get the things that you absolutely need, it's not as important. And of course, we're seeing a dispersed industry. There's been a debate on the couch of dispersed versus concentrated in this kind of map. Of course, dispersed giving a base production efficiency, which means that immediately you get the efficiency of production right when you start. And the argument is that concentrated takes about 1 year to be more worth than dispersed. And this is a less than 2-year scenario. Well, it is a little bit more than a 2-year scenario.
He's looking for decisions here. Let's take another look at the man, the myth, the legend, Seemops. He has a lot of units there on his front line. They're not attritioning at the moment. This looks strong. The anti-tank is being built. It's not just all about the anti-tank gun for the CAS. He's actually going in with the anti-tank. No CAS being produced, but he knows he gets 100 here from his focus tree. The naval invasion for Malta is also set up. How close are we to the war? It is 41 days. We're going into the action quickly here. Nowadays, content is quick, just like this game is gonna get hot ASAP.
I would like to quickly look at our players' divisions. We have 2 on the side of Seemops. He's going for 20 width. Division. Yeah, this is something that we've seen Seemops do time and time again. 20 width with support artillery. That's it. And then a 12 width with support. Besides that, he has a 2-width motorized, probably for maybe some sneaky naval invasions or for
Division we see
snaking.
a lot now. That
Yeah.
really has been established.
Yeah, it's a really good division for just snaking, right? Of course, you do lose a lot more org because it is a 2-width, but yeah, it's a really good division for snaking, and it has very low cost, basically. Very low cost. You don't even have to put that many on trucks while maintaining your production. And then on college, we have the classic 7.2s with no support. Yeah, that's about it. Then there's also his 10-widths trash.
Well, the war is about to start. Wait, what did I just see? I just saw something. What was that naval invasion?
Naval
That was a
invasion.
very weird naval invasion. Yeah, you see that from college. He's actually
Yes.
going for not just Malta, he's also going into the middle very quickly. There
He's
we can see
going
it
for
better.
Benghazi. Do you think he'll be able to get it off? I think he can because the guy, Seemops, he
Oh, speed
won.
3. There we go.
Speed 3, yes, a little bit early, but Seemops did go for America, and America, out of all of the factions on the Ally side, gets the least amount of navy. The Soviets also get a little bit less navy, but they do have a focus for 20 submarines. I think that with the naval superiority of the battleships, College could actually get it off. He could get this off. We'll have to see and wait.
Take a look at Seemops' front line here. Because what I'm seeing is 4 2-rivs ready to rush in. He is ready to take these points. These maps are often about taking the early points quickly. The question is now, can the naval invasion reach before this motorized reach? Also, 5 parrot. He is not letting this happen. He's making sure no memes will happen to him. This is this German efficiency we see in Seemops. No memes, no weirdness, making sure the enemy can't put any weirdness on me. And then we have an old classic game, mano el mano, and I will be the better player in the long run, and that's why I'm the final here.
Yeah, and as I was saying before, there is a airbase right here next to Benghazi. If he paradrops here, then micros it, and then paradrops on Malta, he can get there before a naval invasion, and you can't stop that with submarines. There's no submarines in the sky stopping you from doing paradrops. The only thing that can stop it is if he can get his air up in time, which will be very difficult because the airbase is here in Tunisia for the Axis side.
Okie dokie, any second now. The war is going to start. One day, actually. The hype is real. Ladies and gentlemen, chat, are you still alive? Talk to the universe and tell it what you're about to see here. I drank an energy drink, which I never do, and boy, do I feel the energy. The energy is real. I feel the need for speed.
Here we go. Here we go.
Just like these paratroopers that just landed in Benghazi.
He landed in Benghazi, and at exactly the same time, the naval invasions are launching. The naval invasions are launching, but they're being caught. They're being caught by submarines.
Oh!
They're convoy raiding. The sub-3 is very powerful. They're going both sides. Is it who's going to go to? And it goes to Seemops. Seemops is the one. Now it's going to be a naval invasion. What kind of division does Seemops have here?
Once again, though, showing that the paratroopers are so much faster than anything regarding naval invasions.
It looks like Seemops is going to hold. It looks like Seemops is going to hold. We'll look at his perspective.
Beautifully done here with the paratroopers.
It is a red bubble. It's a red bubble.
Red bubbles. We don't like red bubbles. Oh, God.
He's not paying attention to it. He's not paying attention to it.
Needs to look at Malta here.
Oh, he might actually lose Malta. He might actually lose Malta. This might be the first time.
The tunnel vision is activated, but Malta has the red bubble. What's going to happen there? We have a naval battle going on.
There is a naval battle going on as well at the same time as the naval invasion.
There is stuff going on here, ladies and gentlemen.
It goes to the side of the Italians. These paratroopers are running out of organization, and these infantry divisions are still going. He hasn't. Is he paying attention?
He just did it.
Oh, he just did it. He just did it. And now it's about strength. It's no longer about org. It's now about strength.
Oh, look at the naval battle, though. 55 ships against 14.
It seems the Allies are, with no commander, are getting out of it. They're just getting out of that.
The micros taken by College, no commander on the Navy. The Navy is now going to help Seemops here, who might be able to take down this naval invasion. Paratroopers are holding with the...
Indeed. It's the side of College that's winning navally right here. And this land battle... Will he be able to get more troops in here in time? He still has 3 paratroopers.
Nothing is on the way, I think, right? There's also no paratrooper ready to go over. We're seeing this from the side of College right now.
The paratroopers may be able to go. Oh, the naval invasion is coming out. He is trying to get his troops into there. Will they get there in time? Does College have anything on convoy raiding? Will they get stopped? He needs to stop them.
Very un-orc divisions, though. Another naval battle. The College's fleet taking mad damage. Now intercepts it. A
Intercepted.
nice little interception. Okay. Sacrificing his fleet though in the process. This fleet is not going to be around much longer. Massive damage.
He's just holding the battle. He's engaging. They're doing little skirmishes. He's engaging on the Navy and then backing out. Engaging on the Navy and backing out because he needs to get those divisions in Malta. These paratroopers, they're not going to hold much longer.
There's a second desperate defense just activated a second ago, and the strength is ticking down.
Oh, but these paratroopers, they're down to 27% strength and 60% strength on the side of Seemops. And I was just thinking this, the Italians, they're not deorging. They're not losing strength. They're ready to fight for months and months.
It's looking very grim, but now the 3 divisions are on its way. They're saying, hello, I'm going to the island and you're not.
Oh my god, there's
Any
so
moment
much
now?
action in this game already. There's land battles happening, and encirclement of it. It's just a 2-width.
Yeah,
just a 2-width, but it's
Calm
still
down,
something.
Calm down.
It's just a 2-width, and we can see here now the front line has been made. The supply hub goes to the hand of Seemops.
Very strong.
Tripoli goes to the side of College, and now it's a green bubble. Those 3 divisions, they made it. Those 3 divisions made it. They have no organization, but as long as they keep using the desperate defense, the last stand, it's all about strength. With last stand, it's about strength. It's not about organization.
Desperate defense is such a strong tool in Hearts of Iron 4. You will defend with your strength, and even though these paratroopers did their time, they are holding Malta. And the 6th Italian divisions, which are now force attacking, are having a very hard time. What is the situation? Standing cast in the battlefield? Nah, just 5 cast damage here for the Italians. Other than that, there's no cast part of this.
There is an air battle going on at the same time as the land battle, as this Navy engagement. It seems that since the air superiority is going to the side of College. College is winning the air battle. How's the trades?
Once again, though, winning an air battle is a beautiful thing. Can you put it a bit to the left? We can see it here. Okay, it's gone. I was about to say, when you have the air, you then have to support it with something like Cass. Imagine Cass right now being on the Battle of Malta. It will help him so much taking Malta here.
Yeah, but the trades right now are going heavily in the side of Seemops, but that just means that College is just using those trash fighters without changing them. He's just using them as is. Those fighters are not the best fighters. They only have 2 heavy MGs compared to Seemops 4 times 3 heavy MGs. Yeah.
Let's take a look here at the player's perspective again from Seemops' side. He's paying attention. Lots is going on. Looks like Malta is in his hands. A lot of equipment going down. The Navy is totally going his way. Malta might be the rock, and we're going into the mid to late game of the game where it's about the land battle. Can the Italians under College find a way to get it to Benghazi, which is so hard to do? Already Seemops a bit more behind the lines. Paratroopers already, just needs to entrench himself. Maybe even some forts, builds a supply radar for himself. That's a better anti-tank, and the Navy is just fully going his way here.
Tommy, I think Malta is going to hold. I think Malta is going to hold. These divisions are getting very low on strength. Very, very low on strength, but so is College troops, and now they're actually dying. They're just dying.
These Italians have to go back to West Africa. This is not going to work. The bubble now utterly going in Seemops' favor. Malta is holding. A great play here by Seemops. The 3 reinforcement divisions were so important here. Beautiful desperate defense micro. That's how you do it. Malta is now in the hands of the USNA.
The US holds. And now it's up to the Italians to make the aggressive play because he lost here. Tommy, does he try to go for the naval invasion? He has naval superiority. Does he try to go for the naval invasion again, or does he go for Benghazi? What do you think?
It's hard to say. College very, very often is trying for naval invasions, but they often, unfortunately, don't work for him. You see it in his face here right now, his reaction. He understands this might not work. It might be a 32-minute Benghazi battle, which is such a hard thing to do. There's only 2 to 3 tiles in this war. You need stats. And this is where it now comes. You often say this is an air map. I often feel like also this is a stat map. You have to stack stats. You need the shore bombardment. Maybe even a railway gun will help him so much here, right?
Yes.
Decryption. Get the battle ready. Have a tank maybe. I think he gets a light tank here in the street and punch through and get yourself to Benghazi somehow. Yesterday I saw College struggle with that a bit. He was very nervous. He didn't use shore bombardment. The railway gun wasn't used in the beginning. Maybe today he can show us that he's much more able to get his stats in order before his attack.
And if we look at College right here, he is getting Marines 1. This is one of the first times that we see someone researching Marines to try to go for Malta, so it might be successful.
And now we're seeing especially the nerosity I talked about. There is a research slot not being used at the moment. He's using insane value on that. College, his heart must be beating. Maybe next time we can have heart rates on this, and College will be pretty high right now. Unfortunately, forgetting certain things like the research, but he is busy. He's busy, he's busy. He's now retreating from Malta. Malta's not going to work. He understands as he's moving up. This has to be a land battle now.
This has to be a land battle. I'm surprised we haven't seen College switch to now building a naval port because you have to get supply, and the supply hub, it is back in the hands in the hands of College. But now he needs to push to Benghazi. The push to Benghazi is a hard one, Tommy. He has to push through mountains. He has to push through hills, and the Allies are just going to dig in.
Air battle still yellow for both sides now. If we look at it, also if we take a look back at College, it's going to be now about how am I approaching this Benghazi situation. A lot of 10 whiffs. We know he has a light tank from the focus tree. He needs big punchers. And I think that's where Seemops is very strong. If we check out Seemops, like we did before, we see 20 whiffs with artillery.
Yes.
And this is some good infantry. It counters the 10 whiffs. It counters so much. There's a show bombardment. He is listening. This time he understands how to get his stats. I would love to see a railway gun here. That could really help him out a lot.
The railway gun, the planning is needed. There's no field marshal planning just yet, but that would definitely help him a lot. Short bombardment now in for the side of the Axis, but he is getting pushed back. The stats are higher on the side of the Allies. The superior firepower from America is apparently better than the superior firepower of Italy.
And that, again, this is where just the stronger division comes in. Let us go into detail here for a second and figure this out. What divisions are fighting here? If we take a look at College's division, we have his good infantry. Good infantry. That means, I think this one. Oh, actually, he's kind of copying now Seemops. Very nice. 20 with artillery and anti-tank. Once again, I don't understand why the anti-tank is going on here.
That is actually Seemops division. It's still the same on the side of... it's still the same 7-2s. 7-2s with no supports on the side
there you go.
College.
There you go. I was actually looking at Seemops' division, and we just have the 7-2s at the side of College. Which division do you think is better, though?
Well, if we look at pure stats, I believe it is actually... where is it? This one right here. It is College. College, if we look at just raw stats to stats, it's College. Of course, defenders do have advantage.
The same, yeah.
Yes. So the soft attack is almost nearly the same. Almost nearly the same.
So it might really come down to the air and the supply now.
Who's winning their war, Tommy?
Let's take a look. Let's press that F3 button and figure it out. We have going on here. What are traits? 40 to 57, becoming more and more equal. But look at the enemy trucks lost. That I like seeing that 23 trucks lost here for College. He killed 23 trucks here. Yeah. First, little logistical damage against Seemops.
Yeah. Well, but trains are being lost for Seemops.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, trains, I think, is a more devastating loss than trucks. Trains, if you have one factory on them, you get like one a month. This could be absolutely devastating. And on this map, Allies are unable to commandeer trains at war. Only the Axis can do that, probably because they're democratic. The people will get too angry.
And to explain that, chat, you get 15 trains every, how many days?
180 days.
180
if you
days.
spam it, yes.
Yep.
Both players, I believe, did click it twice before war. At least they should have.
Yeah, these 15 trains come in very handy. Logistical damage is being done. What matters more, though, trucks or trains? And I would agree with Habibi here. It is the trains that hurt you much, much more as we switch over to College.
He's the one that has to make the move. The ball is in Seemops' court. He's the one that needs to intercept it. He's the one that needs to now make a major play to turn this game around. Will he have the time, Tommy?
He needs to get the rebound if we stay in American sports knowledge. He needs the home run, and he needs the touchdown. And that touchdown in the end zone is Benghazi. That is where he needs to go here. And he has plenty of time left. 26 minutes on the clock here for our Italy player, who needs to find a way to get Benghazi or Malta. Malta, though, so frustrating to get, especially when you know I'm playing a good player here. Seemops isn't stupid. He's going to play coastal forts. He's going to make sure his divisions are strong. His navy is there. Yep. Malta might just be out of reach.
Malta is just lost at this point. It's now. I really think that he really needs to just make this push to Benghazi. He's the one, College is the one that needs to make the play. College needs to make the play.
And there's the beginning of the play. 3 battleships. Now that's the 3 Italian battleships he can spawn from his focus tree. Are at the coastline. Shore bombardment is there. I don't think we're going to see railway gun here. And it's going to come down to a big push. Gentlemen, I think we're going to stay here for 25 minutes. Now motorizes his support only once. Very well played. The supply goes down to 73% now. It just went down. There's back to 100. Let us take a look at supply for a second, if we might. I am looking here at College and supply-wise. 4,000 guns missing, a bunch of anti-tanks, 7 trains, 8 trains. He's getting more and more damage with the train department. And he's running out of fighters slowly, where on the other hand, Seemops... I'm looking at Seemops the whole time. I'm just a bit confused today. That was Seemops.
Energy drink.
Energy drink. Old man. And on the other side, actually looks pretty good in this department, for the supply department for College. No trains, lost no motorized. Still has some issues with the infantry equipment, but the air, 71 fighters. And Cass missing here.
Tommy. -7 trains. This is where it can get absolutely devastating. He's losing too many trains. Seemops is losing too many trains.
Does he already have issues with that? If we look at the F4 here, the front line has some issues here. Might even retreat now. No, he's not. He wants College to work for every meter and no step back, he says. But once he loses the Sirte depot, that's going to hurt a lot, because then College has a nice connection here with his railway. He has supply in the region, and he can look. He can put his eyes on Benghazi. As we switch over again, technology. There's the forts I was talking about. That is a good play. Genius. This is genius. We haven't seen this that often. We saw it the first time when me and you built forts against Spockwin and Golden. The meta makers once again added. He is building the fort in front of Benghazi. I think this is even a mountain tile.
Yes.
The defense on that is going to be insane.
It's going to be so
and
hard.
he's building coastal ports in Malta, making sure Malta is completely off the grid.
Yeah. It's going to be so hard to take. The clock is ticking. Now we have 24 minutes left for College. He really needs to start making his push, because not only does he have to hit those mountain tiles eventually, he still needs to continue his march there in the first place. And supply will become an issue. There is a supply hub nearby, but he needs to take it. He needs to take it, and then once he takes it, he needs to continue building supply and going forward. And if we look in the airplane, the air war, it is now it's now going in College's favor, completely into College's favor now.
That looking good. Enemy troops are being bombed, 35 damage there, even 6 trains killed. This could be a slow shift, and 23 minutes a lot of time to College here, who's slowly putting himself into position to threaten Benghazi. One problem I see here, though, is that Seemops can fully focus on Benghazi. He knows I'm done here with Malta. I don't need to pay attention to that anymore. I can put every brain cell I have on that Benghazi defense. And when Seemops defends with all his brain cells, you are in trouble, boy.
He's definitely a scary player, and he deserves to be here in the grand final. What he may do here is he's going to try to focus fully on convoys, but College, right now, he is doing a heavy amount of convoy raiding, and I believe he is still building subs 3s. He has 4 subs right now, not doing anything, but he does have 5 subs right now on convoy raiding. If he puts all of those on convoy raiding, he could potentially completely ruin Seemops' supply. Right now, I believe Seemops is using his entire navy on convoy protection.
There's a little naval battle going on there.
Can't click it.
In the northeast of Alexandria. That is just little harassments here. I don't think we're going to see much more relevance here in the Navy. I would be shocked if College is going for some kind of naval invasions. He is, though. That's why he's the player. But he's literally running into... Wait, what if he takes that fort that Seemops has been building on the mountain and makes it his? That would be very, very strong. And he could even intercept the building of that fort. But that's a beautiful, high IQ naval invasion. You don't go for the port. You know you're not going to take it anyway. You take away the air. You take away the fort. He doesn't know there's a fort being built. It's a beautiful play, though. And could actually do some nice damage behind the lines here.
Yeah, and these aren't just normal divisions. He does have Marines. He's not putting them actually on the naval invasion. But he does have Marines now. 59 days away from Marines. The naval invasion is going off. The naval invasion is going off.
Bad. And College is once again showing the Church of College. What is College all about if we watch him this week? He distracts you somewhere and then goes in. And Whoa.
Seemops, the reaction from Seemops.
Whoa.
I was just about to say there was nothing there, but the reaction from Seemops, and he's holding his last standing. I was gonna say his airbase was about to be taken, and the fort that he's building, those 5-level forts, he needs to hold, but there is no organization on that division. He needs to hold that spot.
The bubble turned red, though.
The last
this has
stand.
been a crazy reaction from Seemops here, who sees the invasion, drops 2 divisions, and instantly defends these 2 spots. That is esports, ladies and gentlemen.
The reaction was insane.
That was insane.
That was such a fast reaction.
That guy might be streaming Osu a lot or something. I don't know.
That was such a fast reaction. I was just about to say, right before he reacted, that there was nothing protecting that fort.
Wow.
Oh
and
my
you can see it a bit on College's face here. That must be really disappointing, but what a reaction. Beautiful.
What a reaction. What a reaction. But there is still time for College. We are still not yet. We're 20 seconds away from being 20 minutes left, and he has 47 days, 46 days away from Marines. He does have the resources. No, I take that back. He still needs some infantry equipment, but he could potentially convert those 10-width trash divisions into 10-width Marines.
And let's look at the reaction monster himself. What a play he did here. The air isn't going his way, though. That's where reaction doesn't matter. That's where build-up matters. And the air is looking worse and worse for him at the moment.
Yeah. Right now, I think College is just going to wait for his Marines and then try that again with Marines. If he can get that air base, the air war is already going bad for Seemops, but if he gets that air base, that it will be absolutely devastating for Seemops.
It raises the question to me, once you win the air war, in College's case right now, when does the Logi striking start, and at what point does the Logi striking become so massive? I can see it already here. I was just thinking about this. There's a lot of, we just saw it a second ago. Logi striking is starting to happen, and that could be the turn of everything. Will the Logi striking that College is doing right now be enough to do damage against Seemops and get close to Benghazi? Maybe this is the final ace up College's sleeve, the logistical striking. He's keeping the, look at that, you can see it live in action here, the Logi striking going on. How will Seemops react to this?
There's literally 0 trains on the side of Seemops. He has 0 trains.
0% logistics.
0%. That is devastating, but we're still right now seeing that the supplies are there, probably from the local supply hub. If College knew what we knew, of course we have the omnipresent of being the observers. If he knew what we knew, he would continue the push once he has supplies and just keep going, because once the supplies run out in the local hub, how are supplies going to get here, Tommy?
You know what a high-level play will be right now? A parrot drop. Look, he has green air, right? A parrot drop on that supply depot. Holy moly. That is probably the play he needs to find right now in this haystack. And where is the meta needle? Parrot dropping that supply hub. Oh, there's the tank coming, though. We see our first armored division from the United States of America. Even the paratroopers will just instantly get killed now. And that tank is going to do such... Look at these stats of defense here. It's got to be so hard for College to break that. He needs to come up with something interesting here if he wants to see Benghazi in this game.
Yes, this is where you need to innovate as a player. You need to think of something outside the box, because there are openings here. He just needs to find them.
And as we talk about him, let's take a look at him. What solution can he find here? He's going, this is a genius move, much more on cast. Now he knows I'm winning the air war, so let's get that cast going. I'm just scared for him. What if the Logi striking is not good enough? Looking real quick here at Canada, getting some volunteers from there back to North Africa now. The good old teleport button hurts Fine 4. Now he's even getting pushed out. He's even getting pushed out. Seemops' tank and infantry just so good here with the mass assault, with the force attack, rather, I'm sorry. Even with the shore bombardment, he cannot hold it, and now it's looking grimmer and grimmer for the divisions of College.
Yes, but now he is 16 days away from having Marines researched. I think these Marines have to turn it. I think the Marines have to turn it.
I'm scared. Oftentimes when College is in trouble, he tries naval invasions. We saw the last map. He's trying something. He's always trying, never gives up, always keeps going. But a good player in Hearts of Iron 4 doesn't have a hard time against naval invasions, especially on a small like this. You defend your ports, you make sure Malta is safe. What are you going to do for your Marine, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the right path. I don't know. But now the time is ticking against College.
I think he's looking for the openings, Tommy, because he's doing the searching. He's doing the searching, and he just found an open port. But the Seemops player, Seemops is just reacting so fast. It will be a question of whether he can react fast enough. And like you said, he's going for the naval evasions again. There is ports open in near City Bari. This is the City Barani. This is actually the port that Seemops built to navally invade faster. It would be quite ironic if that is the one
Oh, yeah.
that ends up being his downfall. And he, as I say that, the paratrooper moves there. I think Seemops noticed that the port was open.
Yeah, he's just always reacting perfectly, man. And I wouldn't sell my college stocks just yet, but I'm already in the banking app. It's getting closer now. 16 minutes left. He's looking for the solution, but it's so hard to find here.
Yeah.
Losing Malta in the early game is just devastating. And it was even more frustrating knowing you have green air, you're Logi striking. As I'm talking about it, I'm looking at Seemops, who's slowly getting a hold on the Logi striking. He's still getting Logi strike, but it doesn't face him. The local supply and supply hub in Sirte is too strong. The Logi striking doesn't do anything right now.
Yeah, there's no trains left to Logi Strike. All you can do is hit train tracks, but if there's no trains, what does that do? I think, does College, is he still missing some of his... He has 5 subs now, sub 3s that he could be putting on convoy rating. These are subs that he could be having on the convoy raid mission. 6 subs now. He doesn't realize that he has these just sitting idly. He only has 4 subs right now on convoy rating. That would double his convoy rating efficiency, and then there's just no supply for the side of Seemops. Just no supply, because that's where all the supply is coming from Seemops. It's all coming from the sea.
Once again, the nerfs play a big role here, and there's so much pressure on College. We often have people in chat that say, do this, do that, but could you handle the pressure? I doubt that these men are battling it out on a high level here, and sometimes you just forget about your submarines. That happens, and the people that don't forget things in the end will run away with the victory here.
Yes.
Seemops. That's why he was my favorite. He's always looking so consistent. He often is not showing any mistakes. Everything he does makes sense and value. There's a red bubble for him here against this tank, and he's trying to investigate what is going on here. Why is that bubble red? I'm holding, though. And now I'm countering you, College. 51 bubble. The cast has to be on College's side here, though.
The cast has to be on his side. He is. Yes, he is. He's putting them entirely. Does he have them on 2 missions? That could be ruining his efficiency. Yes, he does have them on 2 missions right now. This is basically halving his potential cast. His close air support is not as efficient as it could be.
I'm kind of shocked we already played 45 minutes. It felt like 10 minutes to me. I'm so much fun here.
Yeah,
now the supply hits. You can see it here.
Yeah, the local supply is run out. This is what I was talking about, Tommy. There's nothing resupplying this hub. The supply was coming in from local supply, and now it's out. Where are they going to get supplied from?
Oh, Seemops now with supply issues. 13 minutes left. Maybe College can use this opportunity and get an attack going. I would like to see a tank maybe from College, right? The Italian tree doesn't really provide a tank. You have that one light tank, which he's not using. He's just keeping it in the back, not even using on the front line. Even though I think that tank will get something done here against that. We shouldn't forget, though, we just saw this infantry being built, and it has anti-tank in it. So maybe this light tank actually doesn't want to be on the front line here.
Yeah.
The Logi strike is still hitting Seemops hard. I can see it here on my stream. He is not being able to save that. The question, does it do enough? These divisions still have strength. All this damage that is done against logistics doesn't seem to just have enough impact. The supply is still good enough. And that's why maybe a paradrop right here, take it away while you pin his 2 main armies right here. Only this guy can save it. I believe right now a paratrooper would be the play of the tournament here that could switch this around. I don't see a different solution at the moment, unfortunately.
What is College thinking here? What is he going to do? Oh, is that a naval invasion to Malta? Would he be able to take it? He has Marines. Does Malta have a coastal fort? It has a level 4 coastal fort, so taking Malta will be incredibly difficult. I still think that College still hasn't noticed that his submarines are unassigned. It's now 7 submarines, sub 3s. These aren't just regular submarines. These are sub 3s. Sub 3s, if you play Hawaii 4 Vanilla, you know these are so overpowered. They are just doing nothing right now. They're sitting in Casablanca, eating chocolate, having a nice time, drinking some coffee.
Chat, I want you to put your fingers on your sleeve and send telepathic waves to College. Tell him about the submarines with your brains. Maybe he can figure out that they are there. But also he's trying to figure out how to take Malta now here. He's getting ready for it. But there's supply issues on the invasion. Look at that.
Oh, no, they're training.
They're training. Okay,
yes, they're training.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I don't see Malta take here. Seemops is such an experienced player. He has actually prepared everything. He has the coastal fort. But now, the Logi striking is getting heavier and heavier, I must say. His supply just turned off. What happened there? Wait, him. What is going on? The supply. Oh, that's good again. Something just happened there for a second.
I think he keeps running out of trains, and then a train gets built, it gets blown up, and then it gets a train.
And now the damage is becoming massive. If College can make sure this happens again, then there's a. Oh, there we go. It's happening again. It's happening again.
If College strikes right now, this could be really devastating. I don't think he's noticing. Let's go back to the cam of College. What is he focusing on here? Focusing on the air battle that he's already won. I honestly think College can do it. I think he can do it. There's some mistakes here that he's making, but you know the pressure's on. The grand finals, the nerves are getting to him. I don't know what it is, but there is openings here, Tommy. There is openings.
Unfortunately, often I see College being the one who fights the time. He's the one against the time. And once again, 10 minutes left to get to Benghazi with a great, great defense player as Seemops here. It's going to be so hard. Also, Benghazi is getting forwarded up. There's so many forts in and out of Benghazi. Slowly, it's becoming apparent to me, a miracle must be coming towards College here if he wants to make something happen.
Yeah, Tommy. He's going to go for the naval invasion soon. He is, as I say that, he's going for it right now. The naval invasion is going to be launched this time with Marines.
Is it going to help? Do we have CAS on that battle?
There should be CAS on the battle.
141 CAS. He's trying everything he can, but it's too late, I think. The defense is too strong. The forts are there. The entrenchment is there. Sure, it's very well prepared. You have the Marines, you have the shore bombardment, you have the CAS damage. But he gave too much time for Seemops to defend Malta. Malta is not the solution, I think, to this.
Yeah, Tommy. Right now, minus 42% attack due to fort.
It's not going to work.
The force attack is now being triggered. Oh, Malta. Malta is holding. Malta is holding. As we speak right now, Malta is holding the 5 divisions.
Can we show the viewers, can you show once again the bonuses of why the defense is so strong?
Fort.
Look at that. And that's what we're talking about. I mean, the naval penalty. Oh, I don't understand the naval penalty so much, I must say. But the 60% fort penalty, that's what forts do, ladies and gentlemen. They are strong. You cannot really let an enemy be on an island too long. Once these forts are up, you just get debuffed into oblivion. Malta will not bring solution to get the second game towards himself. College needs to go for Benghazi. The time is ticking though. 9 minutes now left, and 9 minutes to take a massively fortified Benghazi. This reminds me of the first game. Seemops gets his positions, defends them so well, and just gets away with the win. It's going to be interesting to see what map number 3 is. We're going to know shortly. And if Seemops can keep playing his tactic here of taking 2 VPs, holding, he's going to look very, very good to win this entire tournament with this kind of play.
Yeah.
If you were in College position right now, what is the solution to this great 2 VP defense Seemops is offering on almost on the National map and North Africa map?
Well, on the national map, it's a completely different story on why College is unable to take the VPs. But here he has the logistics striking. The logistics are completely bombed. The only reason why Seemops is able to still get supplies to his front line is because of convoys. The convoys aren't getting raided enough, and the solution is already in College's hands. He has 10 sub-3s. It's now 10 subs. There's 4 subs on convoy raiding, and 10 doing absolutely nothing. They're with Johnny Depp in Casablanca.
And 10 subs. That's what we'd like to see on the channel. Please subscribe with Twitch Prime. Speed 5 needs your support so we can do more of these events. And maybe these 10 subs can finally become what they were meant to be in Convoy Raid. Minute number 8 is ticking down. The time is ticking. And Seemops must feel just great here. Yeah. Being in his situation must feel so good. Sure, there's issues, but this defense is so strong. And the logi striking wasn't enough to take away the supply from the front line of Seemops. And he just needs to hold now. And he got game number 2.
Yeah, he just needs to hold. And in Seemops' position, you know, there's still so much you can do before you even reach Benghazi. The hold is going to be really strong. There's so many mountain tiles here. You don't need to just break 1 mountain tile. You need to break at least 2 if you're coming in from this desert tile.
Now we see a little weakness of the Italy tree. He takes by blood alone, which is a massive air bonus, but you already won the air war. This focus ain't going to help him. I think there's actually 50% cast bonus in that. The cast damage is going to increase by 15%.
Yes, there is. Yes. It's a 10%. 10%, and there's 10%. Also a 10% speed bonus, but I'm not really sure that's going to help him taking Benghazi here.
It's really coming down to that stat battle now. Can he get the mathematics to break through? And even if he breaks through, what comes afterwards? There's a fort in a mountain south of Benghazi.
Yeah, and College, I unfortunately think he's tunnel visioning on the Malta naval invasion. I think that he thinks that this is his only hope. Honestly, I think right now it's too late for the Benghazi push. I think it's too late for it. If he went for it maybe 10 minutes earlier, yeah, I think he could make it for Benghazi. But now I think the Benghazi push, it's too late. So I think he's going to try to go for Malta. If he knew what we knew, I think he would know that that would be very hard too.
He has the spice there, wants to make the attrition low, but I also personally think it's too late for the Malta push. He is trying desperately, but it's so much easier to defend at the moment.
Tommy.
5:45 left. We also see the Malta fort being finished. It's a level 10 fort?
Level 7 fort. Level 7 fort being done in 3 days.
Which makes you think maybe a solution would have been, hey, I won the air. What if I do some bombers and bomb some forts?
Or maybe paratroopers.
Yes.
Or paratroopers. Of course, we're casters and we can see everything. It's not the same when you're in the player's seat.
Yeah,
but
100%.
Yeah, this is now a level 7 fort in Malta. These will be fully trained, and these guys are still being able to get some equipment. Some of them aren't, but you know, these guys shouldn't be able to get equipment anymore if the subs were doing fully their job. How many? What is the count now, Tommy? How many subs right now are?
Is it 12?
Is it 12?
Is it 12?
Let's see.
11. 11 subs.
11 subs. They're just hanging out. Maybe they found some romantic love interest or something in Casablanca.
Maybe Johnny Depp is buying them all after winning the
yeah,
you know.
He's using the money from the Amber Heard trial to basically get them with him.
Maybe you could lend them to college to start raiding the Mediterranean. I think
do their jobs.
I think in the last 5 minutes you're not going to realize that. That's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Maybe it's important as a player to, when you build a navy, you put them a bit more forward so they catch your eyes where they are.
Yeah,
and not put them so far
You're just
west.
not looking in there. If we look at College's focus, he just doesn't look there. He's just not seeing it.
Yeah.
And when you're just fully focused, tunnel vision on this naval invasion, fully focused on this part of the war, you just don't see them. But yeah, he has to do something. There's something that he has to do here in order to win it, something crazy.
I feel almost bad for him. He has to show about the Marines. He has the cast, right?
The planning.
But the forts and the entrenchment and the time that just went against him, 55 minutes are gone. We're in the final 4 minutes. It looks very, very grim for College. He might be down 2 games, and it will all come down to the micro map, to the Rhine map. He has to get a win there, otherwise he's going to get knocked out 3-0, and we're going to have an early night here.
Yeah, I think he's waiting now for the by blood alone focus on the side of College, and then he's going to do the naval invasion with the trained Marines. Could be potentially doing it. Does he know that he has this little time left?
That's the thing. Many players don't see the timer. They have to put it up on their phone or something. But he must feel it's very close to being over.
Yeah.
And he's building more infantry. There's the invasion. Let's take a look at that final invasion. We're going to take a look here.
This is so cursed, Tommy.
Oh,
this is so cursed. These are Marines that are hitting with 3 soft attack.
Isn't that sad? He prepared it so well. 100 cast damage and the stats.
Oh,
going up to 10, but there's just no way he could take that.
We never see this high level of forts because, as you know, the mechanic for forts become more expensive the higher level they are.
100%.
This is a level 8 fort, Tommy. This is a level 8 fort. There's no penetrating here. This naval invasion, I don't think, is going to be successful.
And that's why you got to win this early or just ignore Malta. It came out too early game. The early game was important here. Once the forts are established, beautiful play by Seemops, by the way.
Yeah,
you got to come up with that first in the beginning.
Beautiful play by Seemops, but I really think College could have done it. I really think he could have done it. Unfortunately,
we will see now, probably in game number 3, what he can do on the micro map. I will almost go as far as saying the best 2 microers are now facing it off on the Rhine map, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And now Seemops even just putting the nail in the coffin. He is going through. He wants to see Tripoli, and that should be game number 2, going to Seemops, our German here in this tournament.
Yeah. It's very and I wouldn't even say very unlikely. And there goes the port and the supply hub. It's impossible now. It's impossible for College to win this one from this position. The Malta invasion is impossible. Level 8 fort. Minus 100. I've never seen that before, I think.
Yeah.
I've never seen that where it's minus 100 attack from fort.
That's what the fort does. And some people try to argue it's broken, should be balanced. I massively disagree with that. Number 1, you have to handle in the early game. Number 2, there is counters like bombers.
Yes.
Once you understand you have the green air, which College had, he could have switched. What could have 80 strat bombers or tech bombers done here with the so-called fort striking, where you strike the forts and bring them down to 0?
Yeah.
There is solutions to this. Oftentimes the solution is not, this is unbalanced, man. No, there's always a way good players can find to handle these situations.
Yeah, and like you said, you could have done the paratroopers. You're winning the air war so hard.
Yeah.
Why don't you just put like 4 or 5 factories on transports, and you could potentially in maybe 10 weeks get enough transport planes to do a paratrooping, and that's exactly the same amount of time that would take to research the paratrooper tech.
Could have taken that supply depot. He tried a nice nail invasion, but my God, the reaction from Seemops instantly spawning divisions
So
and being
fast.
ready
And
with that.
It's so devastating seeing these troops getting supply because there's no trains. They're literally getting supplied by sea.
Yeah,
they're
and
getting supplied by sea. There's 13 submarines in Casablanca. 13.
13. Johnny Depp is doing well, and in 30 seconds he can retire with these submarines. We're going to game number 3. College is down. 2 games up for Seemops. He has he has 3 match ball games now.
Yeah.
3 games. If he wins one, he goes away as the commander in this tournament. He takes it all, makes a name for itself, and Seemops could become the next esport legend here in Hearts of Iron 4.
You know what also would be legendary? The reverse sweep.
What is that?
The reverse sweep.
That's when you free to him now?
Yes.
Oh, that was sick.
Yeah. If College somehow recovers from this,
Yeah.
it's all planned, boys. It's all planned, Copium.
That'll be sick. Oh, look at that's the first time I've seen him blinking like this. He's getting nervous. He knows I'm close. I haven't seen him blink like this
I don't
yet.
think he realizes he's won.
It could be true, yeah. But once the camera on your face, you realize, oh, okay, I won. And there is the 2-0 for Seemops. Well done. That was really fun to watch.
Very fun match.
Yeah.
Super fun match, Tommy. I think this next one's also going to be a really fun match on the
He's
Rhineland.
fighting for his tournament life now, and that is College. We will have to see if he can get one game and do the reverse sweep.
The
3
reverse
match ball
sweep?
games, that hurts.
Well,
but it can be done.
It can be done. It can be done. And like you were saying, this is where legends are made. And I think it would be incredibly legendary if we saw it. And maybe it was all planned all along.
And College is already a legend. In my heart, what a great player
yeah, he is.
who showed the
He
world
is.
who he is.
Very humble guy,
we're
too.
going to game
Great
number
guy.
3. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Habibi, my co-cast here. What an energy. What an energy. And check him out on all socials, Absolute Habibi. We're now going to game number 3. And we're going back to the old school. We're going back to Tommy K and Bokwin casting a game together. Maybe the final game. I see you later. Thank you so much. We're going on to the studio. Game number 3 coming here shortly.
Yeah.